the heads, and I don't use the pre-prints very much, especially ones with the heads on there. I'm a fan of the Ninja and the Alien, and of course, Elsa. I'm not a huge fan of these types, but this is something I can't do line work wise. I can't make him in line work. So when I'm doing line work and I'm doing a Hulk, I'll actually make Hulk's head. Why? This thing's no bigger than a baseball. A little bit, well, softball. Softball size. The thing does not take me but a minute. Batman. Flash. Put his nose on there. Flash with the nose. See? Flash with his nose. Captain America. Okay? Literally. I've got it down. I can take these, do them. They're done in less than a minute. Body, a minute and a half. And I have a full superhero with a cool head in 2 minutes. Now, I'm not dissing the prints. So, no, doing a Stormtrooper head right now is, ain't happening. I practiced and worked real hard, and I can do a Yoda head. And the Yoda head is, there's a tutorial on YouTube for the Yoda head. And depending on how I do it, takes 2 balloons for me. Boom. I can get the Yoda head done in 2 balloons. And again, Yoda is no bigger than a softball sized head. And then he's got his big ears. Why do I do that? Because I can. I can get the heads done in no time. But when I first started, of course, I was a lot slower. I was like really slow at it. But because I've learned to do it really quick, popping out those heads is a lot, no faster than boom. Of course, this is way quick. There are certain events, that's why I have these. Certain events that I just can't do any better than quickly putting these on. I mean, I can't do Darth Vader's head yet. Really quick. I don't know if I can. I've tried to work it down and scale it down and see what I can do. I also, because I am also on a heavy budget, buying printed, pre-printed balloons is a luxury for me. I was able to get the alien heads, the ninja heads, the Star Wars heads, the Elsa and Anna, and then I even got these 11-inch round fairy balloons, which that just has fairies all around. It's more for decor, but my gosh, I made wands out of those, and little girls go nuts. I bought them last year. And it went with a big, huge purchase that I did because my tax return. And so I don't get the luxury of buying them frequently. So I do work out ways of making my life using these and finding out, if I can stay within that rule of thumb for restaurant work, 3 minutes or less, and then keep practicing and work it down where I can now do a really quick superhero body and the head in about 2 minutes. Depends on the day, 2.5 minutes, but it's still 3 minutes or less. And line work, depending on how big a line I have, will depend on what I'm doing. And if there's an event that I do, and I've mentioned this event several times, that there's no way. If I sat there and did my 2 minute You know, I do every time my 2-minute superhero, it would work. But I'm provided the balloons. I'm provided endless supply of balloons. So there's no cost to me when I work this gig, because it is strictly tip based. But I've done this gig for 3 years, and 2 days worth of 2 days of the gig, and I make more money than I do in those 2 days than I do in my like a 1 whole day gig. I know that the tip wise, base wise, what you guys rate off of, that might not be good for you, but it works for me, because it's all profit, because I do not use any of my own supply. I have an endless supply of hearts. I have an endless supply of hearts that is given to me, of the Valentine hearts, the Valentine packet, which is the pink, the red, and the white. And I have an endless supply of 260s. Now, that's the challenge, is I have to do things in 260s. With that, that's why I do a lot of my work 260s. It keeps me up to date, keeps me practicing, and it keeps me that. And when people come in and stand in my line and wait 2.5 hours for me to do a balloon for them, and it's all out of 260s, I guess I should say I do bring my markers. But it's all out of 260s, and I have to be creative. That's why I have the 260 version of the Snoopy. Yeah, I'll have a white heart, but it's, it's not the big I think it's, what is 11-inch, 16-inch white hearts. I don't have the big white hearts. I have small white hearts, and I have actually done the Snoopy with the small white heart, and it's cute. He's about this big when you're done with him. So with the 260 version of my Snoopy, I think it's a little bit cuter. It works really well. There is my 260 car, where I'm not doing a weave like there's a video of my 260 car, which is actually based. I did that first before I ended up saying, hey, I could use that for Snoopy's head. And there is the Millennium Falcon. Now, you see me do the Millennium Falcon with a 350. I've actually made the Millennium Falcon with the 260. It comes out really cute, but it's like this big. So it's a little bit bigger than, so it's about 6-7 inches round. So you got this Millennium Falcon about like this. And it works out pretty cool. So just be creative. Learn to do stuff in all ways. I mean, when I purchased my biggest order ever, because of a good tax return, I was able to splurge on 646s, 350s, a lot of the B bodies, and so I've been able to make things that I look at and go, I gotta scale it down to 260s and 160s. And I'm not going to diss that. There is so much you can do with a 260 and a 160 combined. Yes, bigger is better, but look at the Pico balloons. You know, as long as we perfect it, make it nice, learn to do it quick, learn to tie in those knots so you don't see all those scraps and stuff, you're gonna get a wow. You're gonna get a wow. Anyways, this is just a jabber review on heads, why I do heads, and I'm going to do a new video soon. I'm gonna show you how to do one of my steampunk goggles. Kids do not wear them on their eyes. They'll actually wear them up like this. And you use a headband. So next one, you need a headband. Okay? God bless. Have a good one.